Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's What's New in Blaze webinar. We're super excited to have you here today to learn all about the great things that Blaze has been adding to our feature set in the past few weeks and months, as well as what is coming soon. We've got an all-star cast here of our Blaze employees, so glad to have you all here and would love everybody to say hi. So if you want to hop into the chat and say hello. Let us know where you're joining from around the world. And it would also be great to know how long have you been using Blaze, whether you just started this past week or you've been with us for over a year, maybe 2 years. Be great to see all your faces and share that information in the chat. So go and add there. For our agenda today, we are going to be going over, like I said, all the newest things that are in Blaze. It's going to take us about 30 to 40 minutes. And then after that, we'll have a Q&A section. So if you have burning questions, you can put those in the chat and we'll make sure to answer those towards the end of the call. If you have specific questions, things like that, we'll make sure to get all of that answered. And so for I am your host today. I'm Alan Castanelli. I'm on the marketing team. You may have seen me on some tutorial videos or a Blaze 101 webinar back in the day. But we've got three of our great teammates here. Adam, our CEO, who's going to be talking about where we are going to be taking Blaze over the next 3, 6, 12 months. And then we've got our two great product managers, Jenny and Gordon here, who's going to be talking about those specific features that we have recently launched, as well as ones that are coming soon. And we also have our community manager, Fatima, who's going to be helping manage out in the chat. So why don't we kick things off? And Adam, why don't you get us going and tell us a little bit about Blaze and where we're going?
Yeah, well, good to see everyone, and thanks for all being Blaze customers. When we started Blaze, as you all know, our goal was to help businesses of all kinds grow faster on the internet, and we launched Blaze in October of 2023 with what we now call the Copilot, the product that you all have been using, I think, until a couple of months ago, and the feedback that we got from the start basically was that while the product was great, a lot of small businesses just didn't have the time for it. That wasn't really a problem for many of our customers because we grew super fast. I think we were one of the fastest growing startups for the most part of this year. But what we heard in various forums was that you were too busy to do your own marketing. Not only did you often not have maybe all of the expert skills you'd want to figure out what great content looks like or figure out how to distribute it effectively across the internet, but you had too much going on running the business. And we would hear this in various forums. Sometimes you would tell us things like, I wish I had more time to explore all the things that Blaze could do for me. Sometimes it was product feedback, like this feels too complicated. I wish it was simpler. Sometimes it was a request for more education or more webinars like this one. But what we took away from that was that even though Blaze, the Copilot, eliminated a lot of steps or automated them for you, what you really wanted was a product that just did your marketing for you, that you could basically set up a strategy with that would help you figure out what channels you should be in and what you should be saying in them and when you should be doing the marketing, and then would just, even while you slept, create content for you, post it, and then analyze it so that over time, you and Blaze could figure out what is working for your customers and your products and your markets. And so Blaze gets actually better over time. And so that's what we built. And so I think Gordon and Jenny are going to go through some of the new features that we just launched to everybody in the first part of this meeting. I'll share a bit later on about where we're going with Autopilot over the next 6 months or so, and give you a sneak preview of some of the really exciting stuff that we're building. And I think Gordon and Jenny will wrap up with some more stuff you can expect in the next couple months.
Great. Yeah, Gordon, why don't you kick us off with some of the latest things that we've added to Blaze?
Absolutely. Excited to. Let me get my screen shared here. All right. All right, diving in here, pulled up an example of my local climbing gym, and I'm a kind of big climber myself, and I know that they probably could use a little bit of marketing help, and so kind of dove in here to see what that would look like. So what I'll talk about first is video, and then we'll talk a bit about chat. So first off, you probably can already notice that we have some of this great stock video content that we've started to add into your content. And so over the last 2 weeks, I think we've really gotten this up to um, a fair, probably about like 30% of the content out there. And the way that we have kind of really started to introduce it is really want it to be, a smattering. And that's really up to you to kind of decide how much you really want to make your content look, mostly video versus image, and also with our text layouts as well. And one of the I think some of the things to kind of call out here as to how to go about controlling this. I know, that's definitely important to make sure that it matches to your brand. One is going to be about how you load up the content itself. So loading it into your brand kit, making sure you have the images and videos that you want. And then second is really using our content preferences to uh, choose the types of media that you'd like to present, as well as how much you like for kind of your own content to shine versus for Blaze to choose that content for you. And so we'll go through both of those paths here. This might be already familiar with for some of you, and so definitely would love to kind of hear any questions as well as we get into this. So first things first, if you have content that you want or existing like images and video that you want to add here, best place to do that is really in our brand kit under images and video. And what I've already done is, well, one, when I set up my account, we pulled up kind of these like 6 great photos off of the Touchstone website. And what I also did was I added a bunch of the stock videos and images that I thought were particularly relevant to my brand. And that then allows those videos to then, and videos as well as images to really pop up into my content and my calendar. So that's kind of what you're seeing here. A lot of the similar types of style, like imagery and videos, are popping in here. The other thing that we can do is also update our content preferences. So let me maybe go ahead and do that. And two things to kind of bring your attention to. One is the featured media flag. And so this allows you to really say, I just want to only generate videos for my posts or only images. And the second thing that's really important is also your brand kit media priority. And so if you really only want to show those images and videos from your brand kit, you can go ahead and select this. If you want to have some of like those brand kit images and videos prioritized first, and then also for Blaze to pull in some other content from our library, then that's kind of our default option. But if we go ahead and regenerate, and what I'll do is actually go to my calendar and just give you a kind of, oops, let me go back and select a bunch of these. So we can just kind of see what the difference is. And let me go through that. But what we do is we will take, in this case, only our brand kit content, and you continue to add more content here. We just go ahead and regenerate and pull in all of those brand kit specific images and videos. And while that's loading, also show you how we use that content as well. And so in our blog posts, email posts, we also recently, I think just yesterday, released this as well. And so the brand kit images and will also be pulled into this content as well. So that way, if you choose to prioritize your brand kit, we'll also do that in those types of content. A lot of changes are happening on the fly here for sure, but definitely a lot of it's really coming from the great feedback that we've gotten from you as a community. And so we're going to already see that some of these social media posts are already generating with video. I think I picked a few blogs and probably some emails, and those will continue to have images in them. But as you can see, really, we're starting to fill this out with the images or the videos that I thought were particularly relevant to my brand. And so what I did here was I picked a lot of these close-ups of rock climber, and also picked the same kind of person here to really kind of make that a little bit more obvious for everyone who wasn't in my brand kit building stage. So we can go pop over there and just take a quick look so you can see that they are in fact kind of the same types of images and video. Maybe I'll pause there for any questions, in case anything popped up in the chat here.
That's great, Gordon. I think a ton of people are going to be loving the ability to add in more videos as more, video content is so prevalent on social media today for people to be able to, upload those videos they have, and see that populated throughout the week, and just, have Blaze kind of do the heavy lifting of like putting it on the calendar, creating the captions. Do you want to talk about video editing at all here?
Yeah, certainly. Actually, as you were talking about, having that control. I think that one more thing that we are doing is, we know how important it is for you to have the relevant media available. And so if you have, those types of stock videos, or if we're running low on that, we also will send you an email ahead of time every week. So that way we remind you to load that up. And that's a really important part of, really kind of keeping your content calendar fresh. In terms of video editing, we do have the ability to get in here and replace these videos in our designer. And maybe as we do this, we'll also demo a little bit of chat, because that's kind of your first path in. Um, and so a great segue here, Alan. So one of the things you might want to do is change the type of content in here. And chat is really a beta feature at this point, where we are still, developing and enhancing it. Um, and uh, for video, one of the things you can do is certainly ask it to change the video content. It probably is easier to see a lot of the types of changes that we would do on some of our image templates, but I'll go ahead and say, change the video in this post. And let's go to see what happens. As you can see, we immediately get our existing caption and the video. So we can always go back to this in case anything, were to, we were to apply something that we, changed our minds on later. And here are some options already for us to look at. So I think it's actually pretty great to get some of these community vibes, especially since we're talking about community here in this post. Looks like we might have a little bit of work there on the captions to do, but we can go ahead and use that design and apply it. And if I really wanted to do a little bit more here, I can go ahead and jump into editing, and that'll bring me into the designer itself. Wi-Fi might be a little bit slow here. Give that a quick refresh.
And I see a couple questions in the chat. Jeffrey's asking, are these generated videos or sourced stock videos?
Yeah, these are source stock videos. And so that's what we're picking through. We want to make sure that there's good quality in terms of what you're looking at. And we do go through the process of making sure that we select relevant videos here for you. Looks like maybe my internet's not working so good. Maybe I'll pause there, since it looks like my browser's not working with me today. But I will jump back into, I think it looks like it's loading again. I'll jump back into maybe another piece of content that we can look at for chat. Let's see if I can get that same window again. Let's see. Awesome. So another piece of content here, and there's really, I think, a large variety of things that we want to field in chat. So certainly we can do a lot of these changes. So let's go ahead and maybe just roll through another number of items. So for example, if you wanted to change the colors, oops, looks like that one didn't run. I will do that again. Um, we can change the colors, and maybe it doesn't work specifically for this template, but we can change the colors for these templates and actually change it to follow your brand kit colors. The other thing that we can do is also change the text and design, and certainly this is why this feature is in beta right now as we try to test this out. But we can change the text on the image. We can also change the text in the captions as well. So if we wanted to make it, more focused on specific angle, like maybe more promotional, maybe more community focused, we can do that, and we can kind of go ahead and I'm not sure if I want to do any blindfolded climbing races, to be quite honest, on the wall, but maybe some trust building climbing games, and we'll go ahead with that copy. Um, and if if you really want to go through preview these, you can also kind of flip through these as well. But I'll go ahead and pick that. We can always change the caption. There's a lot of components here that we can uh, roll through. But if you were also thinking, hey, you know what, maybe I just didn't like this template, or I wanted to actually change some of the vibes overall, we can also do that. Maybe I'll give this a quick cancel. So, I want to change my style maybe. And one of the things that we're also including here is also the ability for you to find the right preferences and content preferences. This was working earlier. Let me try it again. Let's say like this isn't reflecting my style. Great. And so some of the things you can do is certainly edit it directly in the designer to change and move things around. But we could also go ahead and update our brand styles as well. And so that'll take you over to the right place where you can actually do so. And if you wanted to change your title or body fonts across all of your content, you can do that here. If you want to change your colors because we weren't giving you the right brand of the background colors, you could do that here as well. One of the things maybe that's a little sneak peek of is that we're also doing some logo work to make sure that we can add back in some of the logo templates that we previously had. And so we're actually generating here some light and dark versions of that logo in order for us to be able to place those onto your templates as well. But it feels like I've taken up a lot of time here. I'll send it back over to you, and I think Jenny to do some more demoing.
Yeah, thanks, Gordon. Super exciting to see the chat feature, even if it is in beta. And I think people can kind of see the vision of how a lot of people are using tools like ChatGPT and that kind of chatting experience. We're really excited to bring that into Blaze. Obviously, some people are more comfortable with the actual going into the designer and manually making those changes, but we want to give the ability for people to chat with their designs too, and later add in more functionality to that chat experience. So super excited to see what is going to be coming to that experience. So Jenny, why don't you take us to our next feature to show off?
Of course. All right. Hey guys, happy to see you guys in the chat again. It was fun last time. Lots of energy. I'm going to show you guys a feature that you already probably have played with, but it has been, I think, about a week since we rolled it out. So let me just show you our new cross-posting feature. Okay, so I'm on my calendar clicking on a random post here. So this originally was just supposed to be a Facebook post. And you can see on the right side here, I can turn on Instagram. If I had LinkedIn connected, I could also connect LinkedIn here and also toggle it on. A few cool features here is you can actually click on all of these different channels and see what it would look like in that exact platform content preview. So You can see how it looks like in Twitter, on LinkedIn, and on Facebook, Instagram. One other thing that we do let you know is whether a caption is too long for Twitter. So you can actually see this is a pretty long caption. It'll give you a little bit of a warning sign once you have it connected. If you do want to post on Twitter, it'll say, hey, this is over 280 characters. And then you can go ahead and edit and make it shorter in order to be able to post on X and Twitter as well. So you can edit your caption this way. Here's your caption. I can make it shorter like this and then save. Can also regenerate as well. I should save in a second. There we go. And then we did move posting and scheduling to this sidebar here. So it's a little bit easier to access right away from your content preview. So you don't need to go into Designer anymore in order to be able to post and schedule. You can do it all from this content preview. So I can go ahead and change the post time. I can unschedule. I can even post now. So I can update the date here. And then again, if you do want to go into Designer, you can always go into Edit Visual, kind of like Gordon did previously, and that'll take you to our Designer. And then easy way to go back to the preview is just this button up here, and you go back to our preview, and that's it. Exciting new feature. And one thing that is coming up, so right now all of this is pretty manual. You do need to go into every post, and if you do want to cross post, you toggle it on or off. Something that we will be releasing very, very soon, within the next week or so, is that capability for Autopilot to just auto cross post for you. So you'll be able to set your preferences on whether you want to have all of your posts cross posted or only some, and that'll be in your content preferences as well. So that is exciting, so that you guys don't actually have to go in and spend time to toggle on all of the different posts that you want to cross post. So that's our cross posting feature. This is hopefully going to help you guys a lot, so you guys don't have to copy and paste specific posts as well. I'm going to pause there to see if there's any questions about cross-posting. I know a few of you guys have already been playing around with it.
One question I see, Jenny, from Sarah is, are you able to change the caption for individual platforms?
So right now the caption is tied to all the 4 platforms together. So it is one caption, since it is technically one post. That is something that we are considering for the future, though, as an improvement, in order to do separate captions, especially since Twitter does have that character limit as well. But for this version 1, it is one caption for all four platforms.
Great. And yeah, I see Scott thinks it's outstanding. I think it's outstanding. If you've been a Blaze user for a long time, I know this is one of those features that we've heard from people. How can Blaze make it cross posting even easier? And I think we've really done that with this feature. So glad for people to, 1, know about it, and 2, want everybody to go and try it out. And then, yeah, as you have other kind of feature requests, definitely let Jenny know of how we can make this even better and go from our first version to the second version, third version, make it even better as we go on.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I'm going to segue into our next feature, which is not released yet. It is in beta. So I'm going to talk about ads. So as you guys probably have seen, we did put, if this loads, we did put a little paid ads sidebar here. Maybe it hasn't loaded. So sad. There you go. All right. So you can enter your email here, and then we will reach out to you probably around this week in order to beta test this feature. So if you already have a Meta ads account, this would be a great way to put your Blaze content out there and let Blaze do that for you. So if you haven't already, feel free to enter your email, and we'll send out that beta link for you guys soon. But in the meantime, I will actually demo what it looks like. So let's go into here. These are, obviously this is a test account. I don't have my my credit card connector or anything, so that's why I air it out. But basically, right now you can create multiple campaigns and then have multiple ads in a specific campaign. And I'll go ahead and start a new campaign and walk you guys through this. So right now we have a few different ads objectives. We have awareness, traffic, leads, and engagement. So you can choose whichever one you see fit. I'm going to start with awareness for now, and then I'll set that topic. This is pretty similar to our wizard flows, where it will basically create the topic for you. And then you'll be able to set your audience as well. So you can say, hey, I want, I don't know, 30 to 65, all genders, set a location. So let's see, I'll do San Jose, California. You can add multiple locations in here. You can add states. You can do all of the US. It can go as granular as you'd like. So you can see that it updated my audience size here. Pretty big city, so the audience size is pretty large. And then next up, you can set your budget and then when you want your campaign to start and end. So I'm going to pick a random date here. You can change your weekly spend to $10 to whatever you'd like. Add in a payment method, and then let's see. And then it will create content for you. So right now it's loading about six designs. And what you can do here once it loads is select which ones you want Meta to test out and to publish. So you can select up to 5, and Meta will basically figure out which one works best and push that one out. So they have their own algorithm that they will work with there. So down here, you can edit your first ad headline, your call to action. So, whether you want to shop now, watch more, learn more, and then your primary text, which is actually the caption on the ad as well. So for these purposes, I'll just pick these random 2 ones. And then let's see. Why can't I click next? Let's try this. Let's try one more. Maybe it hasn't finished loading yet. Well, once it loads, I'll be able to click review campaign and basically review all of the different options that I've selected previously in this wizard flow. And then I'll be able to see it on my dashboard. I don't know why it's not loading, but we can go back to the dashboard real quick. You can see that this is the one that I just created. And then you can toggle it. It won't toggle on immediately, so you won't get charged right away. So you can look at it, review it, and then you can toggle it on here as well, and that'll start your ad campaign. Still a few kinks to get through, so that's why we haven't released that yet, and we'll be sending out some invites to beta. I'm going to pause there. I know this was quite a lot. And if those of you who have experience with ads can definitely provide a lot of feedback, feel free to add your email into that beta link, and then we'll send you some one-on-one calendar time with me, and then we'll go through it and get your feedback. And we're super excited about this ads feature. It's going to be a huge thing for you guys to leverage.
Yeah, great stuff, Jenny. It's awesome to see how Blaze has, traditionally we've been, in the realm of organic social media content and blogs and emails, and to add on this whole new surface area of ads. Because really what we want to do with Blaze is be that tool that helps you do all your marketing. And we know organic social media is one part of it, blogs is one part of it, but there's lots of businesses that are using ads. And there's also a lot of small businesses that haven't used ads because it is so intimidating to go into the Meta ad platform and figure out how to do create your own creative, do all the copy, the campaigns. And so I think a lot of the work that you're doing is trying to make that simple and easy for people to use, and put it right alongside all the other content that they're creating in Blaze. And I see a couple questions in the chat. Deb is asking, will Google Ads be next? And Becky's asking about Pinterest. And I think questions about TikTok ads as well, too.
Yeah, Google Ads are next on our roadmap. So we're finishing up Meta first, and then we will get started on Google. Pinterest and what was the other one? TikTok. We haven't scoped those out yet. If there's a lot of interest, that might be something that we put on the roadmap as well.
Great.
I have one more exciting thing to show for you guys, and I'm going to try to share my iPhone screen and hope that works. So as you guys probably know, we have released our iOS app for Autopilot. So let me quickly just give you a little bit of a tour. If I can share my iPhone screen, hopefully it works. Alan, if you want to let me know if you can see this.
Yes, yeah, we can see it.
Perfect. All right, a little bit of a tour here. All right, let's see what we can do here. So this is our homepage. Obviously, this is an Autopilot account. So you can go into calendar and see all of your different content, scroll through. So this is going to be just an easy way for you guys to look at your content on the go. And then you can also add content as well through here, and you'll be able to create one-off content. So these are the wizard flows that you guys are probably familiar with in Copilot, or you can auto-generate content with Autopilot. So let's see, I'll do it for this week. I actually don't think I need to set a topic. Let's do one Instagram post and one Instagram story. All right, confirming the schedule. So it'll actually just start generating content for you, move you to that date that you selected, and then you can do all of this from the palm of your hand, which is going to be super cool. So if you guys don't have your computer nearby, want to check out what's getting posted tomorrow, today, you can definitely do that through the app now, since we have Autopilot supported. There are a few things that I will call out. BrandKit is not on mobile yet. We are working on it. So if you do want to change anything in your BrandKit, go ahead and go on desktop. But yeah, lots of functionalities here. You can look at your blogs. You can, let's see. I wonder if this isn't working because I'm sharing. Oh no, there we go. You can reschedule content. You can regenerate this content. You can go to designer. You can even delete content. So that's in that 3-button menu up top on each post. So lots of functionality here. Super excited to get this out to you guys, or actually it's already out, but super excited for you guys to play around with it and give us some feedback. And we're going to keep adding functionality into our iOS app as well as we keep developing features on web. So that is our iOS app. Go ahead and download it and tell us what you think.
Awesome. Thanks, Jenny. Yeah. Would love for everybody go download the app, give us a review in the App Store. That super helps as well too. And now we'll pass it off to Adam to kind of talk about a little bit of our high level vision for Blaze.
Yeah, thanks, Alan, and great job, Jenny and Gordon. I hope everyone loved all those demos. I see in the chat lots and lots of feature requests, which we hear all the time from our great customers. But we actually have a high-level idea of where we want to take the product, and that kind of guides which features we build and why. And I want to share a bit of that with you now, along with a really exciting preview of what is coming up in the next few months. And a lot of this is rooted in a question I get more than any other from our customers, which is, who do you compete with? Obviously, we replace a lot of tools out there. We replace specific platforms. We replace CMSs like Buffer or Later. But at the end of the day, what we really compete with are people. Yes, we replace your CMS, but we really replace the time it's taking you today to operate that CMS. And really what humans do in marketing, what you do every day is make decisions about where you should be focusing your marketing, which personas to target, which channels to be in, what the creative should look like, how much to spend. Those decisions are really at the core of how you use marketing to grow your business. And we think AI moving forward can have a really big role in basically guiding you or being a great assistant in helping you make better decisions there. And we call that the marketing lifecycle. And really it has 4 parts. The first part starts with you developing a plan. So what channels to be in, who to focus on, why. Then you generate a whole bunch of content to support that plan. Then you distribute it and post it on the internet, and then you analyze it. Or at least that's how great marketing works in the top companies out there. What we see with small businesses, as I mentioned earlier, is that they often don't have the time or capacity or technical skills to do all the elements of that life cycle. With big businesses, they often have teams of hundreds of people who are doing it for them. And what we want to do with Blaze is support that marketing lifecycle for you at every step of the way so that you can grow faster on the internet. And where we really started, as you can tell from what Jenny and Gordon were demoing, is with the second and third steps of that lifecycle with helping you generate content and distribute it. But where we're going with Blaze in the next couple of months is completing that lifecycle, helping you develop really comprehensive plans around what we call campaigns so that you can distribute the right content and the right channels to the right audiences in the right ways. And then with analysis, so you can learn really deeply about what's working and let Blaze improve content for you. So I'm going to share with you a bit about what that might look like for you in the coming months. Hopefully you can see my screen, and I'm taking you behind the scenes into some of the designs for the features that we'll be rolling out. A lot of these are actually built already and are, in some cases, a couple weeks away from reaching your workspace. But what I want to walk you through first is a big feature we call campaigns. Today, as you know, when you sign up for a new workspace in Blaze, you essentially get that wall of content that Jenny and Gordon were showing at the beginning of their demos. But we know that a lot of businesses don't think about their marketing in just weekly batches of content. They think at a higher level around what we call campaigns. And campaigns are often like, every week I like to promote a discount for some of my products on Fridays on Instagram and Facebook. I want 40% of my LinkedIn content to feature customer stories. I have a lead gen campaign that links back to a blog post that I release every Saturday that I want to distribute on Twitter. And oftentimes companies are doing multiple campaigns in parallel. Sophisticated marketing works that way. And so the way that Blaze will work in a couple weeks is that when you sign up for a new workspace, and for all of those of you who are existing customers in your current workspaces, you'll have this new layer above your content called campaigns. And when you sign up for Blaze, you'll essentially get a full year of a full year content calendar that's segmented in campaigns. If you can see my screen, this is what essentially the campaign calendar will look like. It will be a new tab on the left sidebar called campaigns. Often today you may have a Google Sheet or an Asana database or a Word document where you're listing what you're doing by channel, by month. And now you can automate that entirely in Blaze. And the core of each of these campaigns is what we call a campaign brief. And what this will show you is you'll be able to set campaigns over different periods of time. Today in Blaze, as you know, you can create content in weekly batches. With campaigns, you'll be able to create campaigns on custom date ranges with custom frequencies. You'll also be able to customize which channels you post content in per campaign. So as I mentioned, if you only want to do a campaign to Instagram, if you want to cross-post across Instagram, Meta, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, if you want to cross-post across our video channels, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels, you can do so. You can also set customized audiences and goals for each campaign. And what's really cool about this is that you can direct campaigns to specific CTAs. So by default, Blaze will channel the marketing it does in a campaign to your website. That's the default URL. But you can also customize a campaign. So say if you're a real estate company and you have a new listing, if you're a restaurant and you have a new menu, if you're a direct-to-consumer company and you want to promote a certain product, if you're an educator, entertainer, and you have a YouTube video or a new podcast, you can direct a campaign to a specific URL. That's typically called a lead gen campaign, and Blaze will now support it. One thing we're also working on in the future is the ability to, and I saw a couple questions on this, re-enable you to post content to different accounts within the same channel. So let's say you have multiple Instagram accounts today or multiple Facebook accounts. With this campaign infrastructure, we will allow you eventually to change which Instagram account you want to direct traffic to. This allows us to essentially support multiple accounts for distribution. We had that in Copilot. It was quite buggy, which is why we didn't include it initially in Autopilot, but campaigns will allow us to re-enable that for you, which is a top customer request. And I'm sure a lot of you are happy to hear that. The other thing I'll mention on this campaigns page, as you can see, is that you can upload specific context and media for campaigns. So if you're an e-commerce brand and you are releasing a new line of products and you want specific images to be used just in that campaign, you can include it here in the campaign brief. You can also upload non-image or video context like one-pager documents or specific websites that you've written just to help us inform the substance of what we generate for you in the campaign brief. This works seamlessly with your brand kit. The brand kit kind of sits above a campaign. So broad context about your company, like your logos, your colors, your fonts, your website, stuff that's written about you, will be pulled into campaigns, but the campaign context will be used just in the campaign. And so you can kind of have business or brand context that we use to generate all your content, but up to specific information that's relevant just to your campaign. For example, like a podcast episode, just generate for this campaign. And all of this will kind of flow into another new feature that we are working on right now called approvals. Today, as you know, in Autopilot, all your content automatically posts for you. We're releasing a feature this week where you can pause auto posting for you. But often customers want specific approvals over their content. And so we are going to be adding in a new step in the process called approvals, where you'll have a special area, a new tab on the left sidebar where you can see all the content that we've generated for you. And the way this will work is, unless you approve the content, it won't post. And so you can go, this will also show up here in the content preview. There'll be a new section on the right side where you can see these approval features. If you approve the content, it will the status will change to approved, and then it will auto post on the scheduled time and date. But you can also go and make quick changes to things like the caption or the design or the photo or the text overlay. You'll be able to do this over time straight from the content preview. But this allows you to have complete control and transparency about what Blaze is generating and make sure you're really happy with how it looks before it goes out. And as you can see on the approvals page, these approvals will be grouped by campaign. And so all the campaigns here, when the content is generated before the first posting date, will appear here in your approvals. We'll send you email notifications as well to let you know when the content's ready for review. But this essentially parallels how a lot of companies work with their social media or content teams, where you as a decision maker have a lot of control and input on the strategy of what you want to say, the products you want to talk about, where you want to talk about them, what the narrative should be. Then someone basically goes away and creates that content for you. In this case, Blaze. You have a chance to approve that content or comment on it, like Gordon was showing you with chat. And then the really exciting part about all this, which I don't have some designs for, but on the home screen that you see today, Blaze will start to give you really specific insights about what is working across your channels, down to specific drivers of performance. And so Blaze will be able to analyze which of your content is working compared to all the content we publish for you, as well as all the content in your industry. So if you're an executive coach, if you're a D2C brand, if you're a local restaurant, Blaze today has hundreds of thousands of users who we manage their posting for. We're able to see what works at a high level across all of those customers, and we can index your content against all of the folks in your industry and give you then a sense of not just what is working, but why, down to the image you use, the caption, the text overlay, the posting time, the colors and fonts, the template, so that you have an understanding of what you should do more of. And of course, Blaze will incorporate all those insights directly into your future batches of content, into your campaigns, so that the content Blaze is generating and posting generates ever more traffic, followers, impressions for your business, which ultimately lead to more leads, more customers, and more sales. So that's a bit of an overview about where we're going. Our goal is to, as I said, be the world's best marketer for you, better than any agency that you could hire, better than any full-time marketer. We have not just all of the insights on the internet to pull into your marketing, but we also have direct evidence of what's working for you and everybody in your industry, thanks to the fact that we post the content for you, which is why it's so important for you to integrate your accounts into Blaze. It's not just time saving for you on the front end, because we can manage your posting, but also that we can learn for you, which is ultimately what will help you make more money over time. So I'll turn it over to Jenny and Gordon to talk about some more specific features we're working on next. But we're really, really excited about these features. I haven't read any of the comments as I was talking, but hopefully that mirrors how you think about your marketing and the work that you're doing today. And we're really excited to support you in it.
Yeah, lots of love for campaigns and approvals in the chat, Adam. So you'll have to go see. People are loving that. If you've got a Black Friday campaign, need to get ready for that. This perfect use case. We only got about 12 minutes left. So Jenny, Gordon, if you guys can do a quick run through these last features, want to make sure that we save some time for Q&A as well too.
100%. Yeah, I'll keep it real brief. With personalized content coming up, we always want to make sure that you have the ability to really bring your brand, your ideas, and really your tone of voice to the kind of end result and end content that you're putting out there. So you might have heard of RAG, or retrieval. Oh my gosh, I'm just not going to have the right word, but retrieval augmentation generation. And so really the idea of being able to really look at a document, grab the insights that we want, and really the unique ideas that you have to say, and really allow you to kind of put that on autopilot, and for Blaze to be able to grab fresh content and pull that into your content regularly is really what we want to be able to do. So a couple of things that we'll do there is one, there's definitely some work to do there to set that up, make sure that we are doing that more effectively with the files and the images and videos, and really bringing that into different parts. Like some folks mentioned, can we bring that into the visual style, and then also into the writing, and making sure that the copy actually sounds more like you and also brings in topics and content like you. So that's definitely part one, and then part two is really allowing you to set up the integrations to make that happen. So one of the things that we're looking into is Google Drive integration, so that way you can set up a folder and allow us to pull from it on an ongoing basis. Jumping to video and what we're doing there, really, we are adding YouTube Shorts later this week. I know there's a question there. We actually already launched TikTok and Instagram Reels. We are working through a small bug there, but you can add that on a weekly basis right now to have that added into your content and also expand into those channels. And beyond that, we are also looking at making that content even more kind of interesting and engaging. And so what we want to, one of the things we're thinking about is really making sure that we can represent your brand style. So for example, looking at some of your images and being able to bring that into some actual like moving, videos, and make that content actually look good. And I know someone mentioned video clipping as well. So a lot of things on the roadmap that we're thinking about and that we want to bring into the future.
Cool. Thanks,
Cool. I'll
Gordon.
hop in here. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it, Jenny.
I was just hopping in so that we want to go through pretty quickly. Okay, so a few other things just to get your content a little bit richer, a lot better. One is adding in carousels. So those are your multi-slide posts for Instagram, Facebook. So we're going to be adding those in quite soon as well. And Autopilot will start generating those carousel posts in addition to single image posts. Music and audio. I know that was a huge question in the chat, especially when Gordon was talking about video. So that's something that we are also going to be working on very soon. And then automated comments and replies. So that's going to be a pretty big feature for you guys to get more engagement with your users. So if you want some comments to be automated, your first comment or any replies to specific comments, we will be working on that as well, just to get better engagement for your users as well. Lastly, I will just quickly share just a quick doc that I put together for our integrations roadmap. So this is what we have for Q4, October through December. And then Fatima will also send that out as well, so you guys have a reference point. And this is currently in order: Wix, HubSpot, Webflow, Shopify, Klaviyo, GMB, Pinterest. I know I've seen a lot of Pinterest comments in the chat here. Constant Contact and Active Campaign are our priorities for the next few months here. And we'll send this out so you guys don't have to take screenshots or anything. But yeah, that is it for me.
Cool. Thanks, Jenny. So yeah, for our last 8 minutes or so, let's go into Q&A. So if you want to put your questions in the chat. I'll kind of recollect some ones that I've seen previously, and we'll just answer questions for the last 8 to 10 minutes or so. And so one question, Jenny, that I saw was people asking about the new Go high level integration. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, of course. So we did release that yesterday. So you should be seeing that in your workspaces. Go high level right now is scoped to blog posts. So you can, just like WordPress, and I'm sure you guys have been using WordPress as well. But you can basically use Go high level in order to create your blog posts and then integrate and then post through Go high level as well. I did see a comment about newsletters. I have noted that down to see if we can add that into our roadmap as well.
Cool. And we'll have, that feature is brand new. I think, as of yesterday, we'll have YouTube tutorial video coming later this week, as well as Help Center articles to kind of walk people through how to do that process. But super excited because we know Go High Level has been one of those really popular tools. And as Jenny shared on our integrations roadmap, all of our integrations are based off customer feedback. So those ones that are at the top are the ones that we have heard the most from our customers and our community, whether it's on webinars or if you're emailing our support team or chatting with Fatima. We kind of reevaluate those every few months to kind of see what are the ones that people are really wanting for us to build. And I think somebody in the chat was asking about Google My Business. We know how popular that is and important for brick and mortar locations. So that's another one that's on the roadmap. I did see a couple questions around timing. So I don't know, Jenny or Gordon, which of you is the right one. We've shown a lot of really exciting things that are coming to Blaze. Maybe you could talk, I know it's hard to give specific dates, but if you could kind of talk in a general time frame when people can expect to see some of these exciting things.
I think the general answer is all of the things that we have shown, they're all scoped for Q4, which is the end of this year. We are working on a few things in parallel, but we do have a pretty small team, so we will be shipping them as they become ready. Feel free to add in anything, Adam or Gordon. But that's the overall answer.
As fast as possible.
Yeah,
that's
as fast as we can.
Yeah. Cool. And the other questions people have, please drop them in the chat and we can answer those. Let me see some other ones. See, there's a lot of love for campaigns. Jeffrey had asked, how many campaigns can we have or can be like running at the same time?
We're not sure yet. Hypothetically unlimited, but you'll have to help us test that and figure it out.
Yes. Let's see. Sarah had a question. Can we set up our hashtag/websites to post in text of posts to auto-generate in our captions? Sarah, when you're saying the text of posts, are you saying inside the caption or inside the photo? We'll see if she can answer that. But in the meantime, Shelly is loving the support. And yeah, we really pride ourselves at our company on being a customer-focused company. So whether it's through webinars like this or Fatima in the community or our great support team, they're happy to hop on a call with you, help you out, get integrated, help you out, develop a strategy. We want to make you successful. So please let us know how we can do that. And we want to do everything that we can to make you successful. All right, Sarah said inside the caption. So Sarah's wanting how to set up a hashtag or a website inside the caption. Jenny, is that one you can take?
I think that's more on Gordon's end.
Okay, yeah.
But
Sorry, what was the question again?
It sounds like Sarah wants to maybe add in specific hashtags or websites in kind of like
Yes.
as kind of like a content preference, I think.
Yes. We do have the ability to add hashtags today to captions. With websites, we are also adding in the ability for you to add in a call to action as well as specific copy around, so for example, like visit us or book now, and the URL. And so we'll add that to social media posts and blog posts and emails. That is something that we are going to, I think, ship out later this week. We are there's been a lot of good feedback here around making sure the captions capture a lot of these content preferences. And so one of the things we were trying to make much more reliable, which is kind of the challenge of working with LLMs that are super creative, is making sure they are consistently respecting those preferences. So that is something that we are working on and aiming to get something out there by end of week.
Great. Yeah. So you'll see an answer really soon there. Another question around who was it? AI video generation. Is that something you can talk about, Gordon?
AI video generation, yeah, definitely something that we are interested in doing. I think one of the things that we do care a lot about is the quality of the content, and so in order to really make sure that we're delivering on that, we focused on using stock video to start. But that is actually, yeah, I think that's part of the realm of giving you more brand-like content. One of the things we will do is lean into AI generated videos as well. We know that there's great capabilities out there. We've seen some very promising results. And so just figuring out how to package that up, make sure that we can actually, really get it to you on a fast, but also on a reliable basis is really what we want to make sure we can do. So that's something we're actually exploring over the next few weeks.
Just to add into what Gordon said, because we see a lot of people commenting here, kind of like all the AI features you may have seen exist in the world. Our focus in Blaze is not to add in everything that you might be able to do with AI, but to add in AI features that work for you. At the end of the day, what we think you're paying us for is to get you more awareness and traffic for your business so you can make more money. And we don't want to create content for you that is going to perform poorly on your social media. And what we've seen with a lot of AI video is that it often looks like it's generated with AI and it looks low quality, as Gordon mentioned. And that means it gets lower impressions, less click throughs for you versus stock image, stock video or video from your brand kit. So we've made the decision to prioritize AI generated video lower because we don't think it will deliver results for you. But as Gordon says, as we've seen AI capabilities for video that we think will work, we will add this into the product as fast as we can. But our focus, first of all, it's just on generating more traffic for you and your business.
Yeah, well said, Adam. Let's see. Becky asked an interesting question. Will we eventually be able to customize our AI specifically to our brand and communicate directly to it?
That is a great question. We are actively working on. I think there are a lot of different parts of our product in terms of how it operates. And so, if we were to look under the hood, we probably have, about 100 prompts, kind of everywhere. And so one of the things that we are really trying to make sure is that we really kind of hone in on this concept of the brand kit and also for your campaigns, like this campaign context. And so these are really the concepts that we consider like your AI. And that in terms of speaking with it, I think that's definitely a great question as to how we would allow you to interact with it. It actually is something that we are actually working on, is really from, I think, more of a strategic direction of like, how do we help you get set up so you can, really set up your strategy and your campaigns, and plan out your weeks, and work with the AI to do that. And then on the actual execution parts, I think we feel like we're, you know, definitely getting there in terms of, and there's a lot of optimizing we can do further, but definitely that part of it, in terms of creating content is where we feel much more comfortable. And so, I think you'll see more of the opportunities for you to actually interact with your AI more at a higher level, more strategically.
Cool, exciting stuff. Well, I think we will wrap up the webinar there. Want to say thank you, everybody, for attending, asking so many great questions. We can't wait to get all these features in your hands and see how you're using them. A couple asks for you. Number one, we'd love for you, if you are not already active in our Blaze community, that is a great way to not only interact with our team, but as well as all of the other customers and share what are you doing in Blaze, and so we can all learn from each other. The second, if you have other, I saw some specific kind of help questions. So definitely message our support team, support@blaze.ai, if you have specific questions around the limitations of features or are needing some help on how to fix things, or if you're running into bugs, definitely want you to have you there. And then if you loved this kind of experience like this, our community manager Fatima does a weekly office hours every Friday. So you could join tomorrow, ask more questions, get help, get more strategies, and we can talk more about specific things there. But we'd love for you to join those office hours and be more involved in our community. And as there's opportunities for people to beta test some of these new features, we'll definitely be reaching out to our community first to get you to try out, ads, campaigns, approvals, and all these upcoming features. We'll be posting them there. So that's kind of the best place to stay informed on the latest from Blaze. So we'll stop there. Thank you, everybody, once again, and look forward to seeing all of you in the community and in Blaze. Thanks, everybody.